Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube channel Learn with Gisela. In this video of squares and square roots, we are going to find the square roots of numbers which are in decimal form and they are not perfect squares. So the remainder will not be equal to 0. So let's get started. Now to find square roots of numbers which are in decimal form and they are also not perfect square numbers, we shall be using long division method. While using long division method, we shall get remainder not equal to 0. That means we will get some remainder. So what we can do is we can just find an approximate value of the square root up to certain decimal place, because this long division can go up to any number of places. So in the question it will be mentioned up to which decimal place we have to calculate. So there are two cases. In the first case, they may ask us to calculate the square root up to n decimal place. So here we shall find the square root up to exactly n decimal places. Suppose in the question they say find the square root correct to n place. That means we have to correct the nth place. In that case, we need to find the square root up to n plus 1 decimal place, then correct the nth place based on the value of n plus 1 place. That is, we need to compare the value of n plus 1 place with 5 and make corrections in nth place. Now let me take up an example to explain both the cases. The first case is up to certain decimal place and second case is correct to certain decimal place. Now suppose the square root of a number comes 2.6347. And they have asked us to find the square root up to 3 decimal places. So we shall calculate up to 3 decimal place, right? So 1, 2 and 3. We will just take the first 3 decimal places, or we can calculate till 3 decimal places and no need to go further with the long division. We will just say that 2.634 is the square root of that particular number. Now suppose we take up the second case. They say find the square root correct to 3 decimal places. Now over here the rule says check out the n plus 1 place. That means n is our 3, n plus 1, 3 plus 1, that is fourth place, which is coming 7. The value is 7. It is greater than 5. So increase the value of the third place by 1. So the answer comes 2.635. We have added 1 to 4 and we got 5 in the third place. So we have corrected the third decimal place depending on the value of the fourth place. That is what the rule says. According to the rule, if n plus 1 is greater than 5, increase the value of nth place by 1. If n plus 1 is less than 5, that is the nth place remains same. And if suppose the number, suppose I say instead of 7, it is 2.634 and let's say 3 again. Now this fourth place is less than 5. So I will say the square root of that particular number will be 2.63 and 4. We will not increase this 4 by 1. It will remain same because the value at n plus 1 place is less than 5. So this is, I'll repeat the rules again. If n plus 1 is greater than 5, increase the value of nth place by 1. If n plus 1 is less than 5, that is the nth place remains the same. So this is what we have done. N plus 1 place, that is fourth place, is 7, which is greater than 5. So increase the value of nth place, that is third place, value is 4, which will become 5, right? So our square root number becomes 2.635, right? Understood? Now let us go through the steps which are involved in finding the square root of a decimal number by long division method. So we will learn about square root of numbers in decimal form and they are not perfect squares. So like we have done in long division, we make pairs. Over here, since it's a decimal number, it has two parts, the whole number part and the decimal part. So in case of whole number part, we will start making the pairs from the right side. In the decimal part, we will start making the pairs from the left side. Then find the square root as in the case of long division method. Then we will follow the long division method and place the decimal point as soon as the integral part comes to an end. So after solving the whole number part or the integral part, when we start the decimal part, just before that put a decimal point, right? Now let us take some questions related to square roots of numbers in decimal form. Now these numbers are not perfect square numbers. So when we will find the square root of these numbers by long division method, we are going to get remainder. So, and we are going to continue with the process of long division depending on how many decimal places we require, depending on what is given in the question. So over here, like in the question, it is given find the square root of 3 up to 3 decimal places. So when we will find the square root of 3, first of all, we have to make the pairs, right? Since we want 3 decimal places, so we will make 3 pairs after decimal point consisting of 0, 0. So total, we have one period over here as 3, right? And then we have 0, 0 as one pair, then 0, 0, and then 0, 0. Okay, so this is how we make periods, or you can say pairs, up to 3 decimal places we made, because in the question they had asked us to find the square root up to 3 decimal places. Now we are going to start with the first number or first period, we can say, that is 3. So think of a largest number whose square is equal to or less than 3. So that number is 1. 1 into 1 is 1, because if we keep 2 over here, 2 into 2 will become 4, which is greater than 3. Now further 3 minus 1 is 2 over here. Now there is a decimal point over here. That means we have completed the whole number part of the decimal number and we are moving to the decimal part. So before that, we are just going to put a decimal point in the quotient itself. Okay. So now bring down the next period 0, 0. Now our quotient is still now 1 point and we have to add a number over here, right? Till here we have reached. Now we will take one number over here, what is the quotient over here, and we will double it. So 1 into 2 is 2, and further we'll keep a blank. Another way of finding this 2 is we can just add the new quotient, that is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now we have 2 over here and a blank over here. We have to think of a number what should come in this blank, and same number will be multiplied to get a product which is less than or equal to 200. So let me try with 7. I will get 49. 7 into 2 is 14. 189 I am getting, which is less than 200, right? Suppose I try with 28. So 8 into 8 is 64. 8 into 2 is 16, plus 6 is 224, which is greater than 200. So we will say that our divisor is 27, our quotient is 7, 27 into 7 is 189. Okay, now further 200 minus 189 is 11. Bring down the next period, that is 0, 0. So the new dividend is 1100, which we are going to solve now. Now to solve this new dividend, we need the divisor. So over here, our quotient is now 17, right? Now bring down 17 and double it. So we will get 34, or another way of getting 34 is just add 7 to 27 and you will get 34. Now keep a blank over here. So we have 34 and a blank. What number should come in this blank so that when we multiply by the same number and get a product which is equal to or less than 1100. So let me keep 3 over here. Let me try with 3. I will get 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, and 3 3s are 9 plus 1, 10. So 1029, which is pretty less than 1100. Suppose let me try with 4 also. Let me see what is coming with 4. So 4 4s are 16. 4 4s are 16 again, plus 1, 17, and 3 4s are 12 and 13. 1376 I am going to get, which is more than 1100. So I will just stick to 3 number. So I will say my divisor now is 343 multiplied by 3. I will get the product 1029. Now further subtract 1100 minus 1029, I will get 71. Bring down the next period, that is 00. Now the new dividend is 7100. Now to solve this new dividend, I need a divisor. So for that, I will take up the quotient. Let me say my quotient now is 173. I will bring down 173. I will multiply it by 2. I will get 346. Or another way, just add 3 over here to 343 and you will get 346. Now 346 you have. What number should come in this blank? And the multiply by the same number and you get the product which is less than or equal to 7100. So over here, I think 2 is the suitable number. So our divisor will be 3462. Multiply by 2 and we will get the product 6924, which is less than 7100. Now 7100 minus 6924, you'll get a remainder 176. Now further also we can continue, but since we require only 3 decimal places, so we will stop over here. We will stop the long division over here, and we got the quotient as 1.732, which is the square root of square root of 3. So square root of 3 is 1.732, right? Now let us take up one more question where we have to find the square root of a number which is not directly in decimal form, but it's in a mixed fraction form, and we have to find its square root. So the question says find the square root of 2 1 by 5 correct to 2 decimal places, right? So it's a mixed fraction. 2 1 by 5 we will convert into improper fraction. 2 into 5 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, so 11 by 5, which is equal to 2.2. So basically we can say that if we have to find the square root of 2 1 by 5, so basically we have to find the square root of 2.2. Now we have to find the square roots correct to 2 decimal place. That means we have to find 3 decimal places and then we have to correct the second place depending on what value we get at the third place. If the value at the third place is greater than 5, then the value at the second place will increase by 1. If the value at the third place is less than 5, then the value at the second place remains the same, right? So first of all, first step is to form the pairs. So the number which is given to us is 2.2. We will start forming the pairs. So before the decimal point, it is one number only. So that is one of the pairs. And after the decimal point, we can make pairs by inserting zeros over here. Okay, since we want 3 decimal places, so 3 periods we have formed, right? So likewise, we have written 2 first pair as and 20 in the next pair, then 0 0, then 0 0. These are all the periods. So we are going to solve now. Okay, let me drop this. Yes, so now the first period over here is 2. We have to think of the largest number such that whose square is less than or equal to 1. So let me take 1. 1 into 1 is 1, right? We cannot take 2 over here. 2 into 2 becomes 4, which is greater than 2. So we will stick at 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Now bring down the next period, that is 20. Now before we start with this new dividend 120, before we start solving this new dividend, just put a decimal point in the quotient, because now we are starting with the decimal part of the number. So we have to insert the decimal point in the quotient. Now the new dividend is 120, right? We have to solve it. For that we need a divisor. Our first quotient is 1 over here. We can just double it. 1 into 2 is 2. We can write 2 and a blank over here. Or we can just add 1 over here. 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Now there is a number 2 with us and there is a blank over here and another blank. Basically we have to insert the same number with which we will multiply and get the product which is equal to or less than 120. So over here if we insert suppose 4 over here, 4 4s are 16, 1 carry forward, 4 2s are 8 plus 1 9, 96 we will get. Suppose I try with 5, I know 25 into 5 is 125, right? So 125 will be more than 120. So we will stop at 4. I will say that my divisor is 24, my quotient is 4, my product is 96. Now 120 minus 96 is 24, right? Now bring down the another period, that is 0, 0. Now my new dividend is 2400, which I will solve. Now to solve 2400, I need a divisor. Now over here the quotient is 14 over here, which I will double it. 14 into 2 is 28, or I could have just added 4 over here. So 24 plus 4 is 28, and keep a blank over here. Now I have 28 as a number. I have a blank over here. So what I should fill in these blanks so that my product is equal to or less than 2400. So let me take 8 over here. Suppose I try with 8, I will get 64. Now 8 into 8 is 64, plus 6 is 70. Then 8 into 2 is 16, plus 7, 23. So I'm getting 2304, right? I can try with 9 also. 2, 8, 9, multiply by 9. 9 into 9 is 81. 72 plus 8 is 80. 9 2s are 18, and plus 8 is 26. So this will become 2601 will become more than 2400, right? So over here I can stop at 8. I can say my divisor is 288, my quotient is 8, and my product is 2304. Now I will do the subtraction. 2400 minus 2304, I will get 96. Bring down 0, 0, right? That is the next period. Now my new dividend is 9600. Now to solve 9600, I need a divisor. Okay, so my number is now 148 over here. The quotient is 148, which I will bring down and double it. 148 into 2 is 296. Keep a blank over here. Or I could have just added 8 over here to get 296. That way also I could have get 296. Keep a blank over here. Now think of a number what should come over here. So that same number I will multiply with. I will keep it in the quotient, and a product should be less than or equal to 9600. So clearly if I take 3, I'm getting a product which is less than 9600, that is 8889 I'm getting. So my divisor is 2963. My quotient is 3 over here. When I multiply, I get the product 8889. Further, I will subtract it from 9600. I will get the remainder as 711. Right? Now there is no more period left. We have already got 3 decimal places. Right? Now the question arises that we have now the number in the quotient 1.483, right? We have 3 decimal places, but they have asked us to find the square root correct to 2 decimal place. So we will check this third place, that is 3. Now this 3 is less than 5, right? So the value at the second place, that is 8, remains the same. So we can say the square root of 2 1 by 5 is equal to root of 2.2, which is equal to 1.48. This is the way we correct the second place depending on the third place, depending on what is the value coming in the third place. Over here the third place, it is 3. 3 is less than 5. So the value at the second place remains the same, right? So this is it. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you everyone. Have a great day ahead.